Today we've harvested our sweet potatoes, and if you would like to find out more on how we grew a sweet potato like this in the UK, then keep watching this video. So just noticed a minute ago when I was wandering around up here that there looked to be a bit of a disturbance of the vines on the corner of this bed and some possible rat activity with a tunnel going underneath. Now we have got mesh on the underside of these raised beds and on the top to try and keep rats and mice out. We found some weak spots last year, so they got in, and we've tried a little bit harder to remedy that this year. But in light of what I've just noticed, we've decided we're going to harvest the sweet potatoes now this afternoon. It's the 29th of September. It's a little bit earlier than what we would like to harvest them. Normally would wait ideally till towards the end of October. But in all honesty, a lot of crops have been about a month ahead of time this year with the extra heat that we've had. So hopefully that'll be the case with the sweet potatoes, and hopefully we'll get some harvest. So let's have a look. We started by cutting back all the vines, and I did save a good handful of these for our dinner. So you can see this is the chicken wire that we've had on top of the beds, and the vines just grew through it really happily. And we're not going to get too hopeful just yet because you never know what's been going on underneath. But I don't know if you can see here, there is a really big mound with the sweet potatoes sticking out the top. So fingers crossed, that is a good sign. So we're just going to really carefully go around and ease this wire away from the edges now, and then lift it off, and we just want to try not to scratch the paint on these lovely raised beds because obviously that might cause rust, and we don't want that because we want them to last us a long time. Oh.
Nice.
Okay, so we're going to go in for the big one first, but we are seeing that there could be some signs of tunnelling.
Oh my god.
So it's not ideal, but this one,
I just hope it hasn't been chewed off underneath.
yeah,
That is looking massive.
if it's not jumped at the bottom.
I have to be really careful not to snap that.
Oh
Bloody
my
hell.
god, this is like
That's the biggest thing I've ever
the
seen.
biggest sweet potato we've ever grown. It'll probably be like,
Wow.
it'll probably be like the only sweet potato in the bed.
It might be, but we'll do a few meals. Oh my god, that's the biggest we've ever had, isn't it? That is crazy. Hold on. I'll just get right down. Look at the size of that.
Oh my god.
That is crazy. It's like double the size of my head.
That is a
Length of my head.
monster. Well, if nothing else, we have got ourselves one monster sweet potato for this year. It's crazy. We continued to harvest from this raised bed, and we were not disappointed with what we found.
Oh my gosh, we have had some absolute beauties this year. Unbelievable. Look at that as well. That is what I'm talking about. This variety is T65. It's one that we've trialled over the years among many other varieties, all that we could find, and this has always been by far the best performer for us in the south of England in our temperate climate. Absolutely brilliant. It's interesting that these have grown a lot deeper in this raised bed than they used to for us when we planted them out into the native kind of topsoil out there. But that was a very large amount of compost we used to put on top of that. Whereas these raised beds, we've done pretty much just topsoil in these because we did have a problem with the sweet potatoes one year called scurf, which is a it's kind of like a brown mottling you get, and it causes them not to store so long. They go a bit piffy and stuff. So did some research and found out that too much organic matter in the in the soil you're growing them in can promote that. So that's why this year these are just pretty much topsoil. It's got a little bit of compost mixed into it initially, and yeah, they've grown a lot deeper down into this stuff, but they've been very happy by the looks of it. We've had a very long, hot, dry summer this year. Sweet potatoes do snap very easily, so you have to be very careful when harvesting. They will still store okay, they'll just heal up, but still it's nicer to keep them as intact as possible. Whereas a normal potato, you know, you can pretty much just pull them out. Nice. In this bed I grew 1, 2, 3, and I did like a foot spacing. I did rows of 3 basically, so I think there was like 12 plants in here. I can't remember the exact size of this bed, but it looks like it's roughly like 1 metre by 2 metres. Beautiful, beautiful sweet potato. And this variety actually has more of a white flesh than the traditional orange of varieties like Burgard and Covington that you'll see in supermarkets.
We are completely blown away by the amount of sweet potatoes that we have just harvested from this small raised bed. This is amazing. This is more sweet potatoes than we've grown in our big outdoor beds for the last couple of years because the rats had been getting to them. So super brilliant idea. Really impressed with how the mesh has worked to keep the rats out this year. So glad that we've just cracked on with this harvest today. And so yeah, this variety of sweet potato is T65. Like Dan was saying, it is an amazing variety for growing outdoors in the UK or in similar climates. It always does well for us. And we were able to save a few sweet potatoes from last year's harvest, so we grew the slips on ourselves. So these potatoes have cost us absolutely nothing this year other than our time with planting and harvesting, and this is one of the most satisfying, delicious crops that you can grow for yourself. Thanks to Vajiga for these beautiful raised beds. We will definitely be growing more sweet potatoes in these beds again next year. If you're interested in finding out more about these raised beds, you can see the build video we made a couple of years back, and I'll also drop some links into the comments down below. And we will try and weigh this big guy in a minute and check out how much it actually weighs, and I'll pop that on the screen. I need to go and do a few other jobs now this afternoon, so I'm going to leave Dan harvesting from this bed here. So we'll check back in a few minutes and see what comes out of this bed. And guys, if you'd like to see more on growing sweet potatoes here in the UK, we have made heaps of videos over the years. So we've got a whole sweet potato growing playlist on our channel, and I'll drop the link for that into the video description. So yesterday we harvested our sweet potatoes from our raised beds, and this is the box that came out of the second bed which Dan harvested yesterday evening. And again, as you can see, we have got an amazing harvest this year from growing sweet potatoes in a small space, much smaller than we have grown in for all of the previous years that we've been growing sweet potatoes, which is at least 6 years, I think, at a guess. And it has been so much more manageable growing them in a raised bed and on this scale, and we are really, really happy with the harvest. So more lessons learned. Obviously it has been a really hot, dry year, which I'm guessing sweet potatoes probably respond well to. Now, something to note, one of the tips that we've picked up along the way is that the most important time for watering sweet potatoes is when you first plant the slips, when the slips are establishing, much like many plants. And we were really diligent about watering at that stage. And then after that, we were probably only watering the beds twice a week. And we were pretty regular with it, but it was very hot and we did feel we could have watered more if we'd had more water supply. But whatever we've done has paid off, and honestly, I just can't keep saying how happy we are with this harvest today. And growing them in raised beds definitely seems to have paid off. We've been able to restrict the access that rats got, which is what has been troubling us with growing sweet potatoes for the last 3 years. And I think the sweet potatoes have probably responded really well to the hot, dry summer that we've had. Although we do find T65, which is this variety here, always does grow well for us in the UK. Another thing to note about the raised beds, we are so pleased that we actually filled our raised beds with a mix of mostly topsoil and a little bit of compost all the way down to the bottom. It was a lot of work at the time. A lot of people will say half fill raised beds with logs or wood chips to help bulk it out so you don't need as much compost and topsoil. But what we have found in the raised beds with nice loose soil is we've discovered this year that sweet potatoes actually want to grow a lot deeper, and we think that that is why they have grown so big as well, because they had so much depth of nice loose soil. Some of these potatoes we were actually fishing out and trying to pull right from the very bottom of the bed, and some had actually got stuck in the mesh that is on the base layer of our beds. So yeah, another really good point about growing sweet potatoes. Make sure you give them lots of deep soil if you would like a good harvest. So after we finished harvesting last night, we actually popped these 2 crates into our shed to keep them safe from any hungry rats which may have been sniffing them out. But now, as we've got another beautiful day today, we're going to start laying these sweet potatoes out onto trays in our polytunnel, because just like the pumpkins, this is part of the curing process that will help to harden off the skins, sweeten the potatoes, and help them to store for longer. So this is another really important process. We'll leave them in the tunnel today. We'll probably bring them in again in the evening into the shed, and then depending on the weather over the next few days, we'll either bring them back into the polytunnel, or if we don't get such good sun and temperatures, you can actually put sweet potatoes into crates or sacks and put them somewhere warm in your house, so either next to a radiator, or if you've got a conservatory, that's another really ideal place to cure them off for a week or so, and then they can be stored in crates somewhere cool and dry until you enjoy and use them all up. Of course, got to start with the biggest first. Our 3 kg sweet potato.
That I've named the pink sea lion, as you can see. What a beauty. The rare pink sea lion.
And if you would like more details on the curing and storing process for sweet potatoes, we have made a specific video about this, and I'll drop the link for that video into this video description for you. So we hope you've enjoyed this video today and seeing our harvest of sweet potatoes from our raised beds. These beds have definitely added value to our gardens, and if you want to find out more, like I said, I'll put a link into the description and also into the video comments about our Vajiga raised beds. If you've enjoyed this video, we would massively appreciate if you could click the thumbs up button, drop us any comments or questions down below. If you'd like more details, check out our sweet potato video playlist, and we look forward to seeing you here again soon. Peace and plants.